Just going to show you a quick demo of synchronizing the OP-1 and the Analog 4, the new Elekron synthesizer. What I've got is, I've got the OP-1 connected via USB through into an iConnect MIDI unit, and from the iConnect MIDI I've got that looped through MIDI PAL, then out through MIDI into the Elekron. The MIDI PAL I'm just using to monitor the MIDI signals. I'm not going to talk about that. It's actually, for this example, just like MIDI through, so it's not adding anything into the loop other than just monitoring the MIDI signals. I've got some other videos on the MIDI PAL to show later. So essentially the iConnect is acting as the MIDI interface, and I've got the MIDI in, the MIDI out connected to the Analog 4. The Analog 4 I'm going to use as the main clock, and the OP-1 will be synchronized from that. So let me just show you the setup. You can see that the tempo is being controlled by the A4, and if we just look at the setup on the OP-1, you can see that I've got it in link sync. Simply use the green control when you're in the tempo section, and use the green control just to set it from beat match to sync. That's saying external, so it's using an external synchronization clock. Just another bit of information: if you look at the OP-1 signal and press shift, you can see that it says MIDI channel 2. You can use this to change it to channel 1 or channel 2 or whatever, up to 16 channels, by pressing shift and the blue controller. You get into that mode by pressing shift and COM. It doesn't really matter in my example what channel I'm using, because I'm just transmitting to all. On the Analog 4, if I just go into the global menu, and then I'll just go to MIDI config, MIDI sync, and you can see that I've got clock send ticked, transport send ticked, and I'm not going to send any program channel receive send signals, and I'm not going to have any transport receive and clock receive signals set. Also, if you look at the MIDI port settings, I've got it set so that the out through input from, it's got MIDI and USB, but I'm only using MIDI. And remember, I'm actually outputting from the MIDI signal, so the most important one is output to MIDI on this setting. Automatic for output channel, and again parameter output NRPN, and the encoder configuration I'm not really that interested in. Keyboard configuration, I'm not using the keyboard, I'm not sending any notes, although the receive notes and receive CC NRPN are set. I'm not using an external keyboard, so for this example the most important one is just to make sure I'm outputting on the MIDI channel. I'm not really interested in the MIDI channel configuration. I'm simply using the transport and the tempo to synchronize to the OP-1, so I'm not really that interested in setting up any track specific MIDI information. So they're the three settings in the A4 that you need to look at. So let's just do a quick demo, see what it sounds like together.